how do you combine, or especially now in this US environment, if you have US clients and they're saying, hey, we're going all out, we are not really concerned about governance. So tell our listeners, why is it what you're doing is so relevant?
So Sanjay, really, I think one of the kind of contexts of action I would say is we've been doing this. The research was actually being done in 2018, 2019, 2020, and actually we've been doing this commercially since 2020. So we've been operating predominantly outside of a context of a significant piece of legislation being passed. So you say, okay, outside of the context of legislation, why would somebody care about, if you will, AI governance? And I think the reason is because you can't get your AI projects out of the gate, if you will, unless you have sufficient governance mechanisms in place. And you might say, why is that the case? So principally, it's the case because a enterprise wants to be able to use these systems in a way where they can prove that these systems are reliable. They can prove that there's sufficient oversight of those systems. They want to make sure that those systems don't, if you will, blow up in their face. So imagine using an algorithm or a particular kind of system in a mission critical context, and then it goes wrong. And one example of that was, and this is pretty all of this context, was there was a trading algorithm being used by a company called Knight Capital. It glitched and it wiped out $440 million from that business, and the business went bankrupt. So it's a huge amount of motivation and market forces, if you will, that motivate and ensure that a company needs governance just to be able to use these systems.